What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Tony Mo from Pixabite, and today we are taking a look at Reus, a 2D God game developed by Abby Games. Reus just released and is available for $9.99 on Steam, GOG, Desura, and Gamersgate. So whatever your flavor in terms of downloadable digital distributors, you have a very big variety of them. Now, it's only available on PC at the moment. The developers are looking into Linux and Mac support, so hopefully if this game does well, which I think it's going to do exceptionally well, we will see those games kind of created onto Linux and Mac so everyone on the PC community can enjoy this fantastic God game. Now, I have to admit, I've never really played a God game. I played From Dust. I don't even know if that counts. I've never played Black and White, which I know is kind of blasphemy, but the fact is, I'm 23. I was very young at that time. I think I had, like, PC Gamer, and my computer could maybe run, like, Minesweeper at the time. I was really young, so I never got to play the game, but I do remember reading up a lot about Black and White and really kind of daydreaming and drooling about the opportunity, the moment when I would be able to play that game, and the chance never came, and I've never went back and played it. But instead, my first real God game gets to be Reus, and I'm rather happy because this game makes me smile. This game makes me smile quite a bit. It's a really fantastic game, and I've been enjoying it a lot. I've actually been feeling kind of under the weather, and I started playing this game, and I just forgot about everything, and I've just been absorbed in it, and I'm really happy to be doing this preview for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this game, and I hope you check it out after this. But let's break it down. It's a very complex game, admittedly. It's very deep, and I could probably play it for 40 minutes to an hour and still not explain everything in it. So I'm going to try and show you guys all the basics and really give you an idea of what this game is all about and let you go from there. But you can see here I've already created two things. Now, when you start off a new era, you are the planet. The god is the planet in this game. Rather than being some, invisible god just controlling things, you are actually the planet. And the planet has these giants that it uses to essentially, create life, to try and help humanity live in peace. That is really the focus of this game, is creating humanity that lives in peace. You don't want wars, you don't want greed. These are things we'll talk about a little bit later on. But the planet starts off completely barren, just like this. And you've been slumbering away and you've woken up and you can sense that there is life on your planet. You can sense that something is there just striving to grow and to gain life once again. So you use your giants, you use all your strength, you create these giants to help you along. Now, we've already created an ocean here using our ocean giant. He kind of looks like this cool crab dude. He's got barnacles on his head. And that is one of the first things you'll notice about this game immediately. I mean, it's 2D, is the art style is simply gorgeous. The gods themselves are just awesome. I mean, especially, I have a real big obsession over the mountain god here, the rock giant, sorry, because he reminds me of the rock giant from the Neverending Story movies, if you remember those. I don't know if anybody watched those. I think that was kind of my era, but if you did, that's kind of what he reminds me of. But you see here we've made the ocean, and then we've used our forest giant here to create the forest. Now, in order to create the forest, you needed to have the ocean. Forest, it's a lush environment. It requires water for trees to grow. Now you can see we also have our swamp giant here, so we're going to actually move him a bit over to the side of the map. To do that, we can just click on him on the map, or we can click on his icon if he's, we're not looking at him. And then we can right click on a tile here with our mouse, and he'll be good to go. Now, to move around our planet here, we can just simply drag and kind of whip around the screen with the arrow key, or we can use the arrow keys. We can zoom out with the mouse wheel, or we can go up and down. I just use the mouse. Everything's on the mouse. It's very nice, very convenient, very quick. We can also, like I said, we can zoom all the way out, kind of see what's going on. We can zoom all the way in. But we're gonna let that dude go over there. What we're actually gonna do is we're gonna grab our rock giant over here. We're gonna send him over here, and we're gonna have him create a desert. Now, he's gonna raise a mountain, and there's gonna be a desert on the other side of it. In order to create a mountain, a desert in this game, and a mountain, you need to have a completely barren place. You don't want to have any contact at all with the ocean or the forest. So we're gonna start it over here. We'll let him do his thing. While he's doing that, we're gonna begin to kind of create here. We really need to get into this because there's a lot to this game. So we're gonna select our forest giant here, and now you can see on the bottom we have kind of our menu bar. To the left side we have, as I said, all the icons for the different giants, and then we have the current giant that is selected. So we have his face here, and then we have some of his abilities. So his primary ability is the fact that he raises a forest. That's what I've done there. So we simply clicked next to the ocean and raised a forest. Now, we have several other abilities and some locked ones. The unlocked ones, since this is our first era, we have fruit plant, which is what we're actually going to do right now. We're going to click on that. We can also use Q to just kind of hotkey it. We're going to zoom in a bit here. Yes, I know you. Thank you, tips. You're very helpful. And we're going to click on a section of the environment, basically. So we're going to click right... Oop, I have the wrong icon clicked up. I'm like, why is it telling me I can't do that? And we're going to create some fruit. And you'll see he'll walk over here. He does this thing, stomps, some leaves fly in the air. We also gain some trees, and we've created blueberries. So now if we click on the patch here, we'll get some information about the blueberries. This goes for all of the different patches in the game. Whatever you click on, whether it be animals or plants, you can see we've also created a village here. But let's continue to talk about these blueberries. And you'll see they'll pop up with this little icon here that gives you a bunch of information. So we have blueberries. We have the amount of food they give us. Now this is a very important statistic, and we also have one nature. We'll get into that statistic a little bit later. But the other important thing about this game is symbiosis. Pretty much the way that you create and gain more powerful elements, more powerful animals, more powerful foods for your humanity, for the humans to use, is through symbiosis. Now symbiosis is basically the combination of different elements. Like, for example, with these strawberries we have, it says grove plus 10. Food, you will get plus 10 food if next to an apple tree, dandelion, or strawberry. So we already have the raspberries there. And essentially, if we created other food elements around them, we would get that symbiosis, which would then make them more powerful. We would get plus 10 food. Now, in terms of the food, food is what's used for basically the success of your village and of your project. So you see here, the village has grown. They came over, they took advantage of the fact that there was food here, and they've already started a project. Now, we want to help along our village with the project. That's going to allow them to grow and become more prosperous. So if we click on their project, which is the granary, we can see the time limit, which is 9 minutes 12 seconds. Now, we can actually pause the game with the spacebar. This will allow us to kind of, think about what's going on. We can still select our giants, plan ahead, and not have that timer run out. Or maybe you just need to pause the game because you need to grab some tea. But we're going to repause it, or resume it here. And we're going to look at the objectives. The granary is being built for peaceful farmers and gatherers. Objectives. Food and use, 9 out of 30. So we can click on the village here, or we can just already look. I have it kind of open on the bottom here. You can see that our food and use currently for the village is 10 out of 20. So 10 is the amount of food and use, and 20 is the available food. We need to get it to 11 out of 30. So by doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to click on our forest giant here once again, and we're going to use one of his abilities, which is leaf aspect. Upgrade a plant with a leaf aspect as technology in nature. So we're actually going to go ahead and do that to the blueberry patch here. He's going to do his magic thing. And this is going to allow us to transmate these blueberries into a strawberry. Strawberries are going to give us more food and awe if they're close to other certain plants. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that. We've created strawberries. We've now created a little bit more food. Now what we're going to do is these guys still need to prosper a bit more. They're doing well, but they need to do a little bit more. So now we're going to make use of his fertility boost, which is an ability that we actually just unlocked. Upgrade with any patch with the fertility boost. Aspect abilities have better effects. So we're going to do that. That's a nice little bonus. That's basically going to mean that whatever aspects we have on there, it's going to allow those to give us even more of a boost. So, that's what a lot of this game is about, is combining abilities from different giants or from the same giant to benefit, to benefit the humanity, basically. So we're going to click on our ocean giant over here. You can see he actually has an ability called growth aspect. Upgrades a plant with growth aspect, adds more food in nature. So we do need some more food. So we're going to grab his ability. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to slap it on them strawberries, those lush, red, juicy strawberries. And we're going to give them another boost. Now you see I was able to just quickly click on the giant there. His abilities and everything are basically on the bottom now. He's going to do his thing though. He's going to put his aspect on it. So you can see the two aspects that we now have on the strawberry patch. By clicking on it, we have the lesser leaf aspect and we have the potent growth aspect. So that has now increased the food to 9 on that one. We're now up to 17 out of 24. We need 17 out of 30 though, so we're not quite there yet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the domestic animal ability of the ocean giant. We're going to create some animals for these guys to hunt, for them to eat, and to get more food and sustain more light off of. So we've done that, and we've created chickens. Yes, chickens. Now the chicken symbiosis is if they have a blueberry within the animal's range, they will then gain plus 3 food. So we don't actually have that, and sadly we're not going to be able to do that because of the placement of the project, the placement of the barriers of the village. Now each village has kind of their ends and starts where they only focus on going. They're not going to go outside of this area, and that's represented by these bunkers and towers like you see here. So there's no good in planting anything outside of that. They're not going to take advantage of it. It's just not going to benefit them. But if you click on this, you can see we're 20 out of 27, so we're close. We're close. We're almost there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make use of some of our other abilities here. So we have the domestic animal ability. What we're going to do is where's our Swampy? Okay, we have a Swamp. He has the organic one. There's just so many abilities, to be honest. I haven't even remembered them all here. Precious minerals. Okay, that's not what we need. That's not what we need. What we are going to do, though, is we should actually be able to plant next to this. So we're going to create another strawberry patch there. Another blueberry patch, sorry. Oh, we've actually reversed it. That was a mistake. So you see there, you saw that icon that was actually the kind of warning symbol, the yellow exclamation point. And that was telling us that we were going to change something. What we've actually went and done is destroyed wonderful strawberries and created blueberries. So we've done alright though. We still have the same amount of food, but basically we've gotten rid of our nature there, which isn't bad. It's just, you know, it's not really useful either at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the growth aspect of the ocean giant again. He's going to go and give that a boost. See if we can get some of this up and get these guys. Okay, we've done it actually. We're on 26 out of 32, so food in use requires 30 food in use. Oh, we have to get... Okay, yeah, we did that, right? 26 out of 30. 27. Oh no, we need 30 food in use. That was the first number. I'm sorry. So we're on 27 out of 36. We need that first number to be 30 in order for their objective to be successful. So it's not going too well right now, honestly. But I'm showing you guys just the forest biome here. Essentially, this is how it works for everything, though. It's the same way for the desert over here. We'll click on our rock guy over here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay down some precious minerals. He's gonna do that, and then we're gonna run back over here, and we're going to go ahead and grab the swamp giant, because he has an ability that allows us to create exotic animals. Now, while he is the swamp and he is the rock, you can use their abilities, you know, in different biomes. It's actually, you know, you want to do that. It's something you really want to focus on because it's going to allow you to create these unique animals, unique plants and fruits that are going to benefit your village in you know, numerous ways. So you can see that they've pretty much, as soon as they saw this ore, they were like, yeah, we're coming over here. Now you can see, depending on what kind of biome it is and what pretty much, you know, is what made them settle there. They've settled because of the resources. You can see there's rocks everywhere and they're mining. It'll actually create different villages, different, you know, societies that focus on different things. They've actually created their bunkers here out of rock. So it's small details in this game really kind of just fill it, man. It makes it really fun because of that. Okay, there you go, Swamp. Come on, buddy. We need you to get some exotic animals growing. What you're actually going to do is you're going to put those over there now, though, because we don't want you to crush the village with them. But this is the primary focus of Reus. This is what you're going to be doing a lot of. You're going to be learning a lot of the aspects, learning the different abilities, unlocking more abilities. And actually, once a village reaches maximum prosperity, which is this meter on the top left you can see here, we're out of 40. When that reaches maximum prosperity, they're going to have their leader come out, and he's actually going to ride on top of your giant. He's going to grant you with more abilities. So that is really what you want to focus on doing, is getting each village to prosperity, which again is done by helping them with their projects, you know, making sure that they have tons of symbiosis going on between their different minerals, plants, and life. It's a really big balancing game, Reus. And eventually, you'll have to worry about greed, which is something when a village becomes too prosperous, they may become greedy, and then they may attack another village, in which case you're going to have to use some of the powers like this one, Muck Bomb, to kill that village. I mean, you want to keep a peaceful planet here. That's the focus of this game. Now, as you go through the game, you're going to go through different eras. And when an era is over, essentially, you're going to go back into your slumber and hope that when you awake, the humans have been able to take care of themselves. And as you go through the game, the eras I played, I've woken up and they were gone. You had to start over. And I guess the main end game of Reus is to essentially try and make it so the humans can sustain and take care of you while you go back into your slumber. Now, yeah, I mean, that's been Reus. I mean, this is a gorgeous game, guys. When you play it, really focus on the music. Don't play it with any background music. Listen to the music in this game because it is wonderful and it really adds to the experience. The sound effects, every little detail that the developers at Abby Games have put into this game makes it such a wonderful experience. I'm really glad this is my first God game, and if you've never played a God game, I strongly recommend making Reus your first God game as well. It's a fantastic game, and as always, guys, we will definitely have a link in the description below if you are interested in checking out this wonderful, wonderful game. I can't recommend this game enough to you guys. It's put a smile on my face today, and I'm loving it. I'm going to continue to play it and see how far I can get into the next era here. But for more awesome games like Reus, be sure to subscribe to us here on Pixabyte. Till next time, it's been Tony Mo, and I'll see you guys in the next era.